teaching fraternity, the teaching faculty members, especially from the management side as well as the technical point of view, okay, that today it has been a need that we do participation in the various activities, but to do the participation in various activities we should also have some kind of relevant information in our institution, and that may be related to some kind of copyrights, patents, and startups and all sort of thing which has to be in the commercialized process or in a particular phase. And that's the reason such kind of FDP, okay, will give you a kind of startup like lubricant basically, that you can gear up with your students, with your faculty members in order to work in such directions. Especially if you are talking that if we are talking about research, okay, if people from management domain is only doing research in the traditional management topics, then there is some kind of saturation. As well as if the computer science people from engineering domain, technical domain, if they are doing their research in core technology, then also there is a kind of saturation. So as a growing field, okay, we have to do some kind of research which is an amalgamation of technical as well as some kind of commercial things or management topics, okay, which can give some kind of solutions to the real time problems. So thank you for the introduction, and with this kind of starting words, I would like to start my presentation today. As well as I request the different participants to at least give some kind of response during the presentation, so that I feel excited as well as I feel motivated to deliver this session to you. Otherwise, as you know that the drawback of online session is that it is 90% one-sided communication. Okay, so that I don't want to make this one session as a one-sided communication. So whatever response if you want to give during your during the session, okay, that is most welcome. At least if you are responding to some of the questions or queries, that will be beneficial for both of us, to me also and to you also, in order to see that, like, that what is going on in the session and what you are learning. So and in fact, like, if you want to stop me somewhere, that also you can do, okay, so that we can put a detailed discussion on that particular topic, because for me it is a usual thing, but for some other people it may be a new thing. So it is not normally that we can get the each and every concept at a single point of time, okay. So the topic which I am going to cover is artificial intelligence, machine learning, blockchain applications in finance sector, and that too specifically in three different things, that is digital lending, then wealth technology and insurance technology. So this is our session, and I will be covering this particular session in my required time which has been allotted to me. So first of all, in this particular uh, topic itself, okay, I want to tell what is AI, what is machine learning, what is blockchain. First of all, I would like to explain these concepts to you, then only we will be able to see that why these applications or why these technologies has the applications in these particular things. So the first thing, that is, we need to understand what is AI, that is artificial intelligence, and what is explainable AI. Okay, then what is machine learning, what is blockchain, and then applications in financial sector. So this is the outline of my today's presentation. Firstly, I will talking about AI, then I will talking about explainable AI, then machine learning, and then blockchain, and then applications. So the participants, I would like to tell that AI is around us. Wherever we see in the nature, okay, wherever we see around us, okay, everywhere it is a AI. So what is AI? AI is nothing but it is the smart machines that are capable of performing the smart task. Okay. That means if anything which works around us, which is around us, or which is by which we are surrounded, okay, and if that particular thing is performing some smart task, okay, that means we can say that that is a AI enabled device, or it is a AI enabled machine. Okay. So you can see that many things, okay, are available. Okay, for example, now everyone is like, involved somewhere in the share market trading. Okay, So in the share market trading, okay, we have seen that in last 10-15 days, okay, due to the war between two countries, Ukraine and Russia, okay, we have seen a lots of negative things in the share market happening. Okay, so before war also it was predicted that if war is going to happen between two countries, so that will be there will be adverse effect on the share market. Now how it comes, how that particular thing is there, okay, because from the past data, that is the data which has been seen earlier, that if there is some kind of crisis, okay, then it has a direct effect on the financial market. Okay, so on the basis of that, the first sentiment which the share market takes is that if anything is happening wrong, then either it is like from the nature's point of view, or it is from the human's point of view, or even it from some finance point of view. In that case, the share market first of all takes the sensitive decisions. Okay, so the sensitive decisions affect the share market. Okay, and because of that, the share market performs in a negative way. So that means that with the help of AI, that is artificial intelligence, we can do the sentiment analysis part. Sentiment analysis can be done with the help of AI. Okay, so whatever data which is available in the past, on the basis of that, we can see that how the things are going to be there. Okay, so even if we talk about some other applications, okay, not only finance, okay, suppose if we want to talk about on other things like the health of the people, okay, health of the people of any country, okay, or health of a people in a particular region where the atmosphere is not good, where the environment is not good, so we can predict, like that what kind of effect it is going to have on the human health. Okay, so indirectly, I'm talking about some kind of things that where AI can play a significant role in terms of predicting the things. Okay, so prediction is one of the important thing where artificial intelligence plays a very dynamic role, a very leading role. Okay, so as a human being, also we have intelligence. We can predict something. Okay, but we have many limitations. We have many limitations, and because of that, our prediction is not that much accurate. Our prediction is not that much important, or our prediction is not that much like sound like interesting for the other people, because they say that it is a human prediction, and human prediction may be correct, may be wrong. Okay, generally we see that the prediction is done by the people who are like pandit or something like that, and they see some kind of stars for a particular person. Okay, depending on their what you can say birth date and other things. Okay, but that particular thing may be correct, that may thing may not be correct. So that is called as a human prediction, that is called as a human intelligence. Okay, but here what we are talking about is artificial intelligence, and that's the reason that artificial intelligence is more important compared to the human intelligence. And AI has two different parts, that is machine learning and deep learning. So proceeding to the next slide, artificial intelligence definition, we have to understand that AI is a science that makes machine to mimic human intelligence, such as decision making, video, audio, text processing, etc. And AI has its broad application in machine learning, robotics, computer vision, etc. And AI involved in 1956. Dear friends, around 70 years before, or more than 75 years before, okay, AI was coined. Okay, that means AI technologies were there, but at that time, AI was not that famous. Now, I would like to ask ask question to some of the participants that why AI is not famous during 1950s, 1960s. What is the reason? What is the reason why AI was not that famous at that time, and now AI is everything? Now AI is very famous, and now everyone is talking about AI. Everyone is talking about machine learning, deep
Sir,
learning. Yeah.
sir, I guess that time, sir, it was not access. I mean, computers were not accessible to majority of the popular people.
Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, what's your name, please?
Anjali Shah.
Anjali Shah. Okay. Are you from technical ground or management?
No, sir, management ground, purely
Okay.
management.
Okay. 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 Uh-huh. So thanks for responding, Anjali madam. Okay, I would like to compliment your answer. Okay, first of all, you can say that yes, technology was not there. Okay, computer processing power and other things was the major constant. Okay, but there is a separate answer, and which is the very important answer I can say, which is behind this. Okay, and that is the actual thing. Okay, today we have gold available with us. Okay, at that time gold was not there. Now can you tell me what is gold? What is available today and what was not available at that time? What is gold in today's context? Can anyone tell me?
Internet?
Okay, any other answer? The answer is data. Answer is data. The answer is data. You have to take this answer. The answer is data. Okay, because of data, okay, AI, machine learning, deep learning, all these things are really important nowadays. Okay, wherever see wherever we see, and whatever applications are there we have a large amount of data. For example, if you want to see, suppose you are if you are say from management background, okay, and if you want to see any applications, okay, of AI, so what whenever we develop any algorithm, whenever we develop any program, or whenever we develop any software, okay, the first thing it is going to ask is about the data. If data is not there, it is of no use. Okay, so data is available for us, okay, at a very nominal price, or we can see that the data is available in such a form, in a structured form also. It is also available in other forms, okay, already mentioned in this particular slide, in the video, audio and text form. Okay, so that we can process the data, and out of that particular data we can get some kind of meaningful information. Meaningful information. And unless and until the meaningful information is generated, then only we can find out its its power to make the decision. Okay, and decision is very much important in making any kind of intelligence, or any kind of intelligent what you can say, intelligent process, something like that, whether it is a particular human being or whether it is a particular organization. Okay, let me explain this answer in a different way. Suppose if you are having a data of 1 lakh salaried person, if you are having a data of 1 lakh salaried person, and in that case with a, AI program or a artificial intelligence algorithm, you can determine that how many persons can be given a loan of around 5 lakh rupees. Okay, because on the basis of salary you can determine their repayment power. You can determine their repayment power, you can determine their repayment capacity. Okay, so unless and until the data is there, you cannot do anything with that particular thing. One of the constant which you already told, that processing power and the thing were there, that were definitely, these things were the constant at that time. But nowadays with the increase in processing power, we have GPUs. Okay, the one of the one of the mandatory thing which is required by artificial intelligence, that we should have the GPUs. Okay, we should sometimes also have the supercomputers in order to process the data. So I hope the this particular slide AI becomes a give clear picture into your mind, that why AI was not that popular at that time and why AI is popular nowadays. So in artificial intelligence, okay, we have one category of AI. The machines behave according to a well-defined rules. Okay, so the category of AI does not have the ability to make decisions and make any changes by itself. Okay, so here we have to understand that what kind of data on which we are training our machines. Okay, sometimes we can train our machines, or we can train our systems, okay, based on some kind of a classification problem. Okay, that suppose if you want to say that this particular thing is like this, or this particular thing is not like this. So that becomes a classification problem. But in some cases where where we have some data which is related to speech or some kind of image or something like that, in that case it becomes slightly different to train the machine, and in that case we need to use the different algorithms, or we have to use the different approaches. And in that particular thing we take something difficult for machines to train, and at that time even it becomes difficult to achieve the accuracy also. So this is the artificial intelligence, different types of problems where we can train our artificial intelligence system. This is the evolution of learning process. Okay, here the diagram, it makes you to understand that how artificial intelligence has evolved. In 1950s, okay, AI has evolved in a form of data science. Okay, and after that, during the 1960s, it has evolved in the form of machine learning, and after that it has evolved in the form of deep learning. So we can say that machine learning and deep learning are the subsets. They are the subset of the AI techniques. They are the subset of the artificial intelligence technology. Okay, and if you ask that, sir, why machine learning and deep learning both are different? Okay, so I would like to answer that AI has the two different wings, that is machine learning and deep learning, based on the type of problems that we are going to solve. Some type of problems can be solved with the help of machine learning approach, and some type of problems can be solved with the help of deep learning approach. Both machine learning and deep learning has their different strategies, their different algorithms, and different type of data can be suitable under the machine learning approach and deep learning approach, right? And there are some other what you can say points to differentiate between machine learning and deep learning. Sometimes it becomes easy to simulate the machine learning algorithms on your laptop machines also, but sometimes it becomes very difficult. So in that case we use the GPUs or even the supercomputers, okay, in order to simulate the deep learning algorithms. So these are the some of the important points where we can distinguish between machine learning and the deep learning techniques. So how artificial intelligence is there in our daily life? For this I am going to show you some of the things, okay, that on the Facebook, okay, AI is already making decision for us. You see, when we are there on a Facebook, so we get the different type of advertisements. Okay, suppose if we have listened to some type of songs today, suppose if I am listening some sad songs on the Facebook, okay, so it tries to learn from my listening abilities, and then it shares or it recommends some kind of sad songs to me, so that I will be able to listen some more type of songs which I prefer today. Suppose suppose some kind of events, some kind of festivals are happening in near nearby week. Suppose in the next week Holi is there, okay, so it is a event of colors, okay, it is a festival of colors basically. So you will see that more type of songs which are related to Holi, okay, will be available on the social media platforms. Okay, so what is this? This is learning. Okay, so some predefined things are already fed in, and because of that these particular things are available. Then suppose if I am searching some kind of things on a Google, suppose if I have a problem related to say cardiovascular disease, or if I have the problems related to some kind of joints or some kind of muscle pain or something, some any kind of disease, if I am searching something on cancer, so it will try to give some more information on such things, and it will also try to display some kind of advertisements of medicines or some kind of laboratories or some kind of test on the social media platform which I am using. Okay, and the most common platform which everyone is using on social media is the Facebook. Okay, then also since Facebook is connected to the WhatsApp, so you will also get some kind of messages on your WhatsApp if the numbers and everything are matching. Okay, so this is how artificial intelligence is already making decisions for us. The next thing is the AI is already making decision for us is the Amazon. Okay, so Amazon, we see that whenever we start shopping on Amazon, so whenever we start another shopping on Amazon, so it automatically starts recommendations for us. That may be some kind of grocery items or any kind of clothes items or anything which we have purchased on Amazon. These kind of things are recommended on the, what you can say, Amazon, right? So this is how we can see that mm, AI is making decisions for us in the daily life. So hope it is very much clear to us that how AI is already making decisions for us. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
yeah,
clear.
thank you. So like let's like that we are moving for the movie recommendation also. One of my PhD scholar has done the PhD on this one recommender systems. Okay, so as we are watching the movies on Netflix and other platforms, okay, so there also we see that it automatically recognize that what kind of movies we are interested in, and then it starts recommending the movies to us, right? So this is how AI is also making decisions for us on the YouTube. Okay, so this is to convince you that yes, AI is in our life. Okay, we are not away from AI. Okay, so AI is already making decisions for us. These are the various things, okay, which are self-explanatory to us. Okay, when we are using the Google Map, also that is AI enabled algorithms are working for us. Okay, because that recommends the route for us. Okay, so this is artificial intelligence. Okay, because humans can forget the route. Okay, they may forget the route. Okay, they may go on a wrong direction. That is the reason Google Maps are there. They can help us to reach our destination. So this is how artificial intelligence algorithms recommends that which is our destination. Okay, and which is the shortest way. Also shortest way, please note it down, that what is the shortest way which is possible, okay, to reach our destination. Okay, so this is a utility of the Google Map. Okay, this is how artificial intelligence is making us to decisions on the climate. Okay, suppose if you want to predict that in my region, okay, whether there the climate will be cloudy or it will be what you can say rainy, or it will be somewhat cold or hot. Okay, so this can be predicted. Okay, this is already predicted, and that is the reason it makes us more intelligent. Okay, said whether we should come out with the umbrella from our office or not, or okay, right? So this is how AI is making decisions for us. Okay, even for some kind of traditional events. Okay, suppose in during the Valentine's Day, if we want to recommend something to our partners or our friends, then also AI is more intelligent than us, right? So this is how AI is useful in the other things. Okay, that is in the case of healthcare applications. Okay, suppose in a healthcare application also, if you are organizing a mega camp related to the heart disease detection. Okay, for a massive number of people. Okay, so with the help of AI, we can do initial investigation that whether a particular person is having the more chances of stroke or not. Okay, based on certain predetermined conditions. Okay, and based on that it can recommend to the doctor, okay, and then doctor can suggest more things on that particular data, okay. That means for working on a large volume of data, okay, and to work out with more efficiency or with more accuracy, we can use artificial intelligence. So this is very important for us because we are talking about artificial intelligence and its application in the healthcare, right? So next thing is explainable artificial intelligence. This has become a new field nowadays, and this becomes important also. uh, Explainable AI means that it empowers the individuals against undesired effects of the automated decision making, okay, and it also helps people to make better decisions and to make better artificial intelligence systems and to preserve and expand the artificial intelligence, and it also helps to implement the right of explanation. Okay, so the major problem with the traditional artificial intelligence is that it is sometimes having the adverse effect also. Okay, so suppose the decision is not in the favor and still we go with the AI systems, so we may fall into some kind of crisis or some kind of problem. So with the help of explainable artificial intelligence systems, we can recheck or we can interpret that how the machine learning algorithm has worked, and in that case we can interfere into the decisions which has been made by the machine learning. So here it comes the concept of explainable artificial intelligence. That means we have to interpret the things which has been done through the machine learning. So the major things here is that the humans simply need to understand what is going on inside their algorithm, and that's exactly where explainable AI comes into the play. So the this particular research is called as interpretable machine learning approach. Uh, so that we can interfere that what is exactly done by the machine learning algorithm. That means we are not having a single control to the machine learning algorithms to take decisions into our life, and we can make it an interpretable machine learning approach, and it provides the techniques to better understand and validate how our machine learning model work. So this interpretable machine learning approach can help us to make us decision more accurate or more better, because we are trying to understand that what is the decision and how it is taken. So this is the explainable AI and how it is evolving. Okay, then how explainable AI is going to be beneficial for end users, because with the help of XAI, that is explainable AI, it can provide the details to your stroke chances, that whether according to your age you are having a more chance to stroke, or even if your age is not more, but if your body mass index BMI level is greater than 35, in that case also you can have the hypertension, and in that case the stroke chances are high. So explainable AI can provide the details like the stroke chance is high, and you are having some other kind of problems, that is the diabetic problems is there or the glucose level is high. In that case also, that during the traditional parameter the normal AI system will give you a negative decision that there is no chances of stroke. But in that case, if you are having some kind of additional things, okay, in that case the explainable AI can make the users much better to understand that why they are more prone to the disease. Okay, so this is how explainable AI takes comes into the action. Okay, here we see that apart from the normal things, okay, we also have the counterfactual explanations, and that makes the system better. So we can see that the decisions which has been taken by the normal artificial or traditional artificial intelligence system gives the different result, but with the help of explainable AI uh, the results which has been given are something different, because XAI, that is explainable AI, is much better than the traditional AI system. So even this I have explained related to the healthcare applications. That is, suppose insurance companies, okay, they are using some kind of technology, insurance technology, for providing the health insurance to their patients. In that case, they can use the explainable AI systems in order to understand the health history, or in order to understand the health conditions of the person to be insured. So this example, okay, is very much relevant to the health insurance sector, okay. But if you want to see the system, okay, in which we want to see the explainable AI to perform the applications in financial sector, so this gives the example better to you. So in case of a financial sector, okay, if we want to see that how explainable AI is going to work out, okay, so we can say that with the traditional AI, okay, it might happen that the original class, okay, or the original data set which we have collected, okay, in that case the loan is rejected. But in case if we see the other payment history of a particular person, okay, and on the basis of that we can see that we can pass on the loan for a particular person, and in that case we can approve the loan, okay. So this is possible with the help of explainable AI, and this may possibly increase the customers, and this may possibly increase the revenue also for the any financial institution or a financial company, that it can give the loan to a particular person who has the more repayment capacity or who has the more repayment habits, okay. So this is possible with the help of explainable AI. So this is how we can see the application of explainable AI, okay, in the financial sector, in terms of lending the money to the customers. So continuing with this, okay, we have the explainable AI, that how it is designed, okay. So we have the data subjects specialist, okay. That means if there are some persons from the typical background, that is either from the health sector or from the insurance sector or from the financial sector, so these are the persons who are having the knowledge about the data subjects, okay, and they are having a direct relationship with the different type of data sets, and there are some kind of examiners, that is the evaluators, who understand the machine learning approach, and then they have a direct feedback to the machine learning system. Then we have the operators, the executors, and the decision subjects. So there are many stakeholders of the explainable AI systems who are directly involved with the machine learning system. This we can understand that how explainable AI is in action for the developers. Okay, you can see all the images which are of dogs only, but then again the different type of dogs are classified into the different type of images, depending on their some kind of similarity. Okay, that means some kind of their some kind of classification, that means which category they belong, okay, what is their characteristics and all sort of thing. So we can see that husky classified as wolf, okay, this is a particular dog variety. Then this is how we explain it, depending on its some kind of ears or something, any kind of feature on which it is classified. So this is the another thing which we have to understand about the explainable AI. That is, explanation AI is more popular. It is more famous for the regulator's point of view, because it has the right of explanation. That means it can provide some kind of explanation based on the general information, on the data, on the protection, on some kind of regulations. Okay, so explainable AI is in action for regulators because of the things that the corrections can be done, okay, based on some kind of judgments also. That means, suppose if some particular person is treated as a criminal, okay, between, so this is an example of the blacks and the whites, okay. So we can see that in a particular decision of the black bias, that is the correctional offender management profiling for alternative sanctions in a case management, and decision support tool developed and owned by US courts to assess the likelihood of a defendant become a lawbreaker. But actual thing was that Compass is moderately accurate in identifying the white and black recidivism about 60% of the time. So this is how the exponential AI can give the more better decisions in the US court. Okay. So this is how the explainable AI can be used in the legal system also. Okay, we can apply these things probably if the government permits in the legal system also. It can have an applications there also. So these are the various things about the scope of XAI, that is explainable AI. Okay. Now we go to the next part of our presentation on the machine learning. So machine learning is another approach where AI has its deeper role in the form that it is the result of the general artificial intelligence that involves developing the machines that can deliver the results better than the human, and it builds the algorithms that can receive the input data, and it can use the statistical analysis to predict an output while updating the outputs as a new data becomes available. So these are the different machine learning applications. Machine learning applications can be found in the product recommendations. It can be found in the fraud detection. It could be found in the medical diagnosis. It can be found in the stock market trading. That is a financial application. It can be find in the form of image recognitions. Okay, so lots of applications machine learning can have. And machine learning typically has three types of algorithms, that is supervised learning algorithms, then the unsupervised learning algorithms, then the reinforcement learning algorithms. So the unsupervised and the supervised machine learning algorithm are very famous algorithm. And the supervised learning algorithms, we have the regression algorithm, we have the classification algorithm. So the regression algorithms, preferably they are more suitable for the advertising popularity prediction, then in the weather forecasting systems, then in the market forecasting system, then in case of the estimating the life expectancy system, then in the population growth predictions. Such kind of applications are available where we can apply the regression algorithm. Then the classification algorithm can be helpful in the diagnosis, in can be identity fraud detection system, retentions, all sort of thing. Then the unsupervised learning algorithms are helpful in the clustering and dimension reduction approach, where the clustering systems can help us for making the recommender systems. As I given you some examples about the recommender system, for example, movie recommendation and other things. So based these kind of systems are designed using the clustering approach. Then if we want to go for digital marketing, which is one of the broader area of the from the management side also, in that case we can go for a targeted marketing for the customers. That how we can do the targeted marketing for a particular class of customer in order to increase the sales and revenue for a particular company. In that case also we can use the unsupervised learning approach using the clustering method. Then we can make the customer segmentation based on clustering. So this is also one of the good unsupervised machine learning approach. Then with the help of dimension reduction, we can do the feature extraction, we can do the feature elicitation, we can use the big data visualization. So such kind of many applications are possible. With the help of reinforcement learning, we can develop some kind of artificial intelligence games. Then we can make some real-time decisions. Then we can make some kind of robot navigation applications. Okay, we can also make some kind of chatbots which are usually used in the banking applications or any other applications. So these are the various applications which we have studied about the machine learning. So machine learning types, they are of three different types. One is the supervised machine learning approach, unsupervised machine learning approach, and the reinforcements machine learning approach. So these three are totally different. In that supervised machine learning approach, we have some kind of labeled data. That means our input is a labeled data, our data is classified data, and hence there is a supervisor which is required to classify the data, and according to that the supervised machine learning models can learn according to the labeled data, and it predicts the output. Then it can be used to solve the classification and the regression type of problems. Then the unsupervised machine learning, these are the what you can say machine learning approaches which does not have any labeled data, and it tries to find out the patterns and or the structures inside the data and to make the clusters of the similar data types. Then the reinforced machine learning, they tries to find and optimize solutions. Then they reward and punishment based on the training, and it also helps to learn how to act in a certain solution. So these are the various machine learning types. Supervised machine learning.
So sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, yeah,
So I have a question in the previous slide.
yeah, please.
Can you please differentiate between the supervised, unsupervised, and reinforced machine learning with some
Yeah.
simple examples, sir?
Yeah. Actually, the examples are there in few next slides. Okay, that is the reason I have not differentiated here. But since you interrupted me, so let me tell you the supervised machine learning. Okay, supervised machine learning. Are you having? So, please let me know your name, please. What is your name?
Sir, Amrita Bhatia.
You are from management side or this one technical side?
So management.
Okay. So I'll give you a beautiful example. Okay, you are having an email account.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Either Gmail or which one? Yahoo? Which one?
Gmail.
Okay, you see that there is a spam also and in the inbox also.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes you get some mails in a spam also, and normally you get your mails in inbox.
Right, sir. Right,
Do you
sir.
know why it is happening?
Mm, no, sir.
This is because of supervised machine learning.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Did you
Okay.
got the answer exactly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
If
could
you are,
relate it.
yeah, now you can relate it. Okay,
Right, sir. Right, sir.
and you can perfectly relate it, right?
Right, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
If you are having some email IDs, okay, which is
Mm-hmm.
your which is the like authentic email IDs, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
for those email IDs, you get the direct mail in your inbox.
Right, sir. Right,
You did
sir.
not get any intimation key whether it is a spam mail or like that, no? Right? Yes, correct or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And few mails we receive directly in spam. Right, sir.
So sometimes, if you are expecting some mails from some new person, okay. Suppose if I'm sending you a mail, okay. So there
Mm-hmm.
may be a chance I am a new person to you and I am sending you a mail, okay. So there may be the chance that the email go to your inbox, or there may be a slight chance that it may go to your spam also.
Right, sir.
And suppose if you are asking me, sir, I have not received your mail, but I am saying that I have sent you the mail. In
Yes,
that case, in that case, you may think that I have not sent you the mail, but still I am saying that I have sent the mail, right?
yes. And usually I get it in spam then. Right,
But
sir.
after 2-3 days, I will say that please check your spam also,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right,
then
sir.
you get my mail in a spam.
Yes.
At that time, you start trusting on me. Nahi, I have sent the mail, but you have received in spam, right?
Clear, sir. Clear.
Perfect example, right?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Similarly, you can see other applications. Okay, since I'm going to come across the examples in the next slides. Okay, so you can differentiate now very well that what is supervised machine, unsupervised, and reinforcement, right? I'll come to the next slides. Okay, so now let's talk about the supervised machine learning. Okay, algorithm to learn the mapping function from the input and the output text, where we see that y is equal to fx. So fx is the input function and y is the output function. Okay, so here the goal is to approximate the mapping function so that we can have the input data x, and then we can predict the output variables y for that particular data. So data is labeled at the demand, now CUR from management. Okay, anyone aapne, okay, very good that two people have responded. Okay, now can we understand the demand and supply game for this management side? Is it possible? Anyone can please respond from management side. What is demand and supply? Hello.
So, in very general economic terms, we understand the quantity that you would wish to buy at a given price at a given time. That would be the demand.
And
The sup-
yeah, there are there are there are- like there are two variables generally. Okay,
yeah.
So one variable is related on the second variable, right?
Right.
But on the basis of some kind of function, correct?
Yeah. So demand, yes. So demand could be a function of like the we say it could be a function of market population. It could be function of future expectations of prices, taste and
Yeah.
preferences,
So
and
can't you see that it is a supervised machine learning, whether you can simulate it with the help of supervised machine learning?
okay,
That's possible, correct? Right?
right.
Okay, yeah. So this is how you can teach your management students, or first of all, you can learn that how these things are really applicable in the management domain or management area. Okay, so one example I'm going to give you in future. Okay, but this is just an diagrammatic explanation of your supervised machine learning works. We have input raw data. Okay, input raw data, it could be in any form. Okay, see, first of all, when you're talking about the data, okay, it is doubtful for me whether I will be able to complete the entire slide, but no matters if you're completing few slides and we can understand it very well, it's very good. So input raw data. Okay, see, there are data in three different forms. One is a raw data, which is a very much unstructured data, and one is called as a semi-structured data, and one is called as structured data. Everyone agrees with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this input raw data, first of all, which is there, we have to convert into a form of a data, okay, which is in a form of a structured way, because if the structured data is not there, then the training of that particular model, whichever algorithm, whichever software which you have developed, that will not be possible. So everywhere what is important is the data. Okay, so the data which is important for purpose of training, okay, that is training the model. See, when we talk about AI is not any, it is not a magic. Okay, it is nothing but it is a software which is behaving like a intelligent human. Okay, so an intelligent human can only do the things, okay, once the human being has totally understood the things. Okay, we see that in our home, okay, the older people can make the wiser decisions. The reason is that they have seen the entire world for their entire life. Okay, but at the same time, if we want to make a decision for a 5-year-old child, okay, in that case the decision will not be correct. Okay, because it is not like that particular 5-year-old child is not a human being. Okay, and the 70-year person is something extraordinary person. Only thing that the 70-year-old person has seen the entire life. He has seen the people, he has seen the various characteristics, okay, and he has seen the various situations. He knows about the various things, okay, that what can happen wrong at what stage of time, but the 5-year-old child has nothing seen. Okay, that's the reason we can see that the decision making things should be given to a person who is having more experience. So this experience is nothing but the data set. Okay, so data set which should be there should be more cleaned, it should be more accurate. Okay, and then we apply some kind of algorithm. So algorithm, already I have discussed that it could be either algorithm based on the machine learning approach or deep learning approach, because for every type of data set a same algorithm cannot work. Okay, it is something like that for every type of data set. Suppose if it is text data, suppose it is the audio data, suppose it is your image data. So for all the type of data set, the same algorithm is not working. We have to have some kind of different algorithms, because different algorithms has their different what you can say features, their different characteristics. Okay, this all you agree? Okay, so based on this we are training the data set using the algorithm, and after that comes the processing. Okay, so the processing means what? That we are trying to design a particular model. With the help of that we are trying to get some kind of meaningful information. Okay, so simple example is like that. Suppose if you want to find out the age of person, okay, that is called the processing. For that particular thing we will extract sorry we will subtract the date of birth from the today's date. Okay, so what we will get the perfect age of a particular person. Yes or no? So this is the way we are processing the data, and then we get the output. So this is a traditional model where we are trying to get the input raw data, and we are converting that particular raw data into the training data set. Out of that we are applying some algorithm, and then we are processing and we are getting the output. So this in context, if you are talking about the supervised machine learning, okay, so that we have classified our data. Okay, so this is a type of a diagrammatic view, okay, where it has explained that whether it is your mathematical data, whether it is your scientific data, okay, any type of data which is there, then how it can be possible with the help of supervised machine learning, okay, in order to what you can say design a particular model, okay, which can be helpful for making some kind of decision for you. Okay, so here you can see that the data which we already have, okay, first data that is there, that has been cleaned, okay, that means that is unwanted data which was not relevant data or which was not complete data, that is incomplete data is of no use to you. So with the help of cleaning data procedure, we clean the data by removing the unwanted data, by removing the noisy data, by removing the incomplete data, so that our data becomes the complete data. Now out of that complete data only we are deriving two types of data. One data is for the training data, that is for the training purpose, and the other type of data is for the test purpose. So the role of the training data is basically for training the model, and the role of test data is basically to test the developed model. Okay, because if someone says that the model which I have developed is providing me the 90% accuracy or 95% accuracy, then how will we believe that that particular model is providing that particular accuracy or not? So it has to be tested with some kind of data which is having that particular power in order to understand that yes, the accuracy is correct. Yes or no? So I hope the supervised machine learning model is clear to you. And if anyone is having any question, then please stop me and ask your question. So no question from the participant side. We go ahead, okay, with the next slide. I hope it is clear. Even for the management people who are not that much technical sound, but at least this easy explanation is going well with them, I guess. Can we proceed? Can we proceed, please?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I think no query from participants.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So is our unsupervised machine learning approach. Okay. Here the only thing is that there is no correspondence, there is no linkage between the two variables, that is x and y. So how unsupervised machine learning works? Okay, it is only difference is that our input data, okay, that we are not able to classify, okay, because that is a data in a form where we are training the model with the help of an unsupervised machine learning approach. This is the traditional way in which we can understand the unsupervised machine learning approach. Okay, here unsupervised machine learning approach, you can see one of the difference that we do not have the test data, we also do not have the trained data. This is the only difference. Okay, and that's the reason it is called as the unsupervised machine learning approach. Remaining things remains the same, right? Now the next one is the deep learning. Okay, so the deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that is concerned with the algorithms inspired by the brain structure and the functions known as the artificial neural network, ANN. So a computer model can be taught using deep learning to run classification actions using the pictures, text or sound as an input. So we can see wherever there is an input data, suppose we have a data for a parrot. Okay, so first of all we are going to extract the features. from that particular image that how the parrot looks like, and that particular approach is called the feature extraction approach, and based on that we will be able to do the classification of the birds. Okay, so based on this particular feature extraction approach, once the characteristics of the bird are classified, then whenever a new picture of a new bird comes, in that case based on this particular deep learning model, we can say that this particular image is of a parrot or it is not of a parrot. So this is a simple deep learning model in which we can say that deep learning is a subfield of machine learning that is concerned with the algorithms inspired by the brain structure known functions known as artificial neural network. Is it clear to everyone? So this is a simple way where we can understand the deep learning. So how the deep learning algorithms learn? Okay, for these you have to understand these 4 points. First point is it uses a neural network to find the association between a set of inputs and the outputs. Okay, so a neural network is a brain. It is like a brain kind of structure. A neural network is composed of the input, hidden, and the output layers, and the input takes the numerical representation of the data in the form of image pixels, and the output layer results the prediction. So the information is passed between the network layers to the functions as shown in the figure. Okay, and then we have the different parameters that is called as the bias and the weighting function which is associated with the typical input as the tuning parameters, which is essential to understand the learning process of a deep learning algorithms. So this is the deep learning process. First of all, we understand the problem in a deep learning method, then we identify the data, then we select the deep learning algorithm, then we train the model, and then we test the model. So this is a 5-step process in which the deep learning process works. First of all, understand the problem. Whatever problem you are having, you first understand the problem. Then you have to identify the data, whether which kind of data it is there, whether it is a text data, whether it is a image data, whether it is audio data, what kind of data it is having. Okay, and then according to that they have to select the deep learning algorithm. There are various types of deep learning algorithm existing. Okay, so out of the different algorithms you can select a particular algorithm which is most suitable for your data, and then you can train the model and then you can test the model. So these are the deep learning applications. Okay, we have the image recognition, we have the speech recognition, we have a natural language processing. These are the 3 different type of applications. Okay, and then further we can say the portfolio management and the prediction of stock price movement, then the drug discovery and the disease detection in the healthcare, then the robotics and the self-driving cars are the also applications of the deep learning approach. Okay, in the image recognition, okay, we can easily identify the images. Okay, in the speech recognition we can identify that whether it is a speech of a particular person or a particular animal or anything, a particular we can also identify whether it is a speech of a particular boy or a particular girl, male or female, or if it is a voice of a kid, or whether it is a voice of a middle-aged person, or what is the voice of a old-age person. So everything is possible with the help of speech recognition. With the help of natural language processing, we can identify that how a particular language can be converted into the other languages. Suppose you are developing an application, and if you have developed some kind of advertisement, this is also helpful for the management people. Let me make you understand that what is natural language processing. Suppose you make advertisement in certain particular language, say English, but if you want to make that particular advertisement in other languages, in Hindi, Marathi, or local languages, Punjabi, all the languages, if you want to make the advertisement, so that could be possible with the help of natural language processing. Then if you want to manage your portfolio, okay, or if you want to do some kind of prediction in the stock movement or a stock prices, that could be possible with the help of deep learning algorithm. Then in case of a health insurance sector, okay, if you want to make some prediction about the drug discovery, or you want to predict some kind of diseases in the patients, okay, whether you want to identify that whether the insurance sector particular company or insurance company is going to have like losses during a particular year on the particular disease. Okay, so in that case you remember a typical example during the COVID, during the COVID situations. First, the insurance company has taken COVID as an what you can say, as an extra disease, that if you are having COVID symptoms, then you can get a fixed claim of so and so amount. This was during the initial period of time when the COVID was just about to begin. That is during the first phase of, or the during the first what you can say, the first cycle of the COVID. Okay, so then after the COVID has been diagnosed into the multiple people, and the insurance sector industry has attracted more number of people, more number of customers buying the health policies or buying the term policies. After that, suddenly they have closed the COVID plan. Okay, why they have closed the COVID plan? Because their target for making the new customers to register for the health sector or health insurance companies or for the term insurance company was achieved. So after that, when they have analyzed that now the COVID claim cases are more increasing and it is going to happen more number of deaths during the second what you can say, second peak of the COVID. Okay, at that particular time they have closed the COVID, that what you can say, COVID rider. Basically COVID rider, it is a perfect term. So they have closed the COVID rider. And then the insurance sector, when they have seen that there are more number of death claims are coming during the second peak of the COVID. Okay, at that time they have also increased the insurance premium of, many of the company has increased the insurance premium. Also they have decreased the maturity amount. Okay, so that was only possible because they have analyzed the trends, that how the disease is affecting the net profitability. There is a kind of a ratio which is defined in the insurance sector, and that ratio determines that how many claims has to be settled, what is the average claim settlement ratio. Okay, so based on that the insurance sector decides, okay, IRDA rules decide that whether the insurance company should continue the claims, or whether they have stopped the claim, or whether they have to increase the premium, or any particular decision which has taken by the insurance company has to be under the knowledge of the IRDA. Okay, these marketing people who are teaching insurance may be having more knowledge about this. So this is about the drug discovery and disease detection in the healthcare. Then also in the robotics and the self-driving cars are also having the deep learning applications. So I hope these applications are clear to everyone. No response from the participant.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for responding. So the deep learning use cases are of three types, that is artificial neural network, convolution neural network, recurrent neural network. Okay, as I told you that the different type of use cases, okay, you come across different type of problems, but as in the MBA style or in a management style, you say that this particular use case is not suitable for this particular thing or that particular thing. Similarly, in our technology, we can say that a particular use case may be treated under the artificial neural network, or it can be treated under the convolution neural network, or it can be treated as under the recurrent neural network. So under artificial neural network, okay, we have the use cases which are in the form of tabular data sets, or which are based on the classification problems, or which are based on the regression prediction problems. So classification prediction problem I have already explained. Regression prediction problem, we all know that regression, a typical example of stock market is a kind of a regression. Okay, then if we talk about convolution network, in that case the use cases which belongs to the image data, or some kind of object detection problems. Okay, these are more related to the convolution neural network. Recently, one of my scholar has done the PhD under object detection. Okay, so that was identifying the object detection during on the railway tracks. That means if you want to avoid the train accidents, okay, like that. In that case, it becomes more for us to identify the image data, and accordingly the decision has to be taken that whether the train driver has to stop the train or whether the speed has to be lowered down. Okay, whether the brake has to be applied, whether the sudden brake has to be applied. So these kind of things are the problems or the use cases which comes under the convolution neural network. Then the problems which are related to the text data, speech data, or the classification prediction problems or the regression prediction problems on the generative models are coming under the recurrent neural network. Now we take one by one these ANN artificial neural network and CNN and RENN in a smaller way. Okay, so data which is in the form of an input layer or feed it at the input layer, there may be one or more hidden layers providing the levels of abstraction, and the predictions are made by the output layer. So it is suitable for the classification prediction problem. Okay, normally for the management people it becomes slightly different to understand, but yes, you can at least understand what is the basic technicalities, that how the prediction is possible with the help of classification problems. Okay, so generally we say that whenever we are doing any research, so we have to organize our table in a form of a CSV file. CSV file is comma separated variable file. Okay, it is another form of Excel file which we have to generate in a form of a data for training our data model. So this is a more technical figure where we can see that every input has a particular weight associated with the input, and then with the help of the net input function, the entire weight and the variable is summarized, then a bias function is applied, and then we get the output. Now this particular output can be in a form of 80%, 90%, 95%, 99%. Generally we say that whenever the output obtained is around 99%, we can say the model is very much trained. That means the model is going to provide the best accurate results. So this is how we measure the accuracy of a particular model. So this is the recurrent neural network. It is designed for the vision applications where the images are decomposed into the series of patches, and it is treated as a sequence. So the different things which can be there in a recurrent neural network can be the one-to-many observation, an observation as an input mapped to a sequence with multiple steps as an output, and the other one could be a many-to-one. In that case, a sequence of multiple steps as input is mapped to the class or the quantity prediction, and then the other one is the your many to many. In this case, the sequence of multiple steps as input is mapped to the sequence of multiple steps as output. So these particular three conditions, that is one to many, many to one, and many to many, it depends on the use case type of problem, where you have to first of all analyze that what kind of problem it is, and then only we can apply the recurrent neural network in order to simulate that kind of problem. So this is the recurrent neural network architecture. Okay, this is how it is working. The next one, that is a recurrent neural network block diagram, is explained here. That is, we have the input layer, output layer, in between there is a hidden layer, and how the recurrent neural network is going to function. And this is the convolution neural network. This is the third type of network, CNN, in which we are designed to map the image data to an output variable, and it allows the model to learn position and scale in the variant structure in the data, which is important when working with the image. And then we can say that it works well with the data that has a spatial relationship. Now this particular word, that is a spatial relationship, I am going to explain you because it becomes important when we talk about the convolution neural network. Now spatial relationship, okay, this particular word, can anyone tell me what is the meaning of spatial relationship? What is the meaning of spatial relationship? Can anyone tell me? from the participants? We are going to take a example
Hello,
of, yeah,
uh, sir. Can I explain what is a spatial relationship?
yeah,
Basically,
please.
basically how your movement is there with reference to space. The movement of objects we are talking about, or if we are talking about any component or any human being ka movement in the space format. So that the spatial relationship, location or reference point can be identified.
Very nice, madam. Please give your introduction, that which team you belong to.
Hello, I am Dr. Diksha Sisodia.
Huh?
Uh, I am I basically belong to management field, but at the same time I am a computer science engineer. So I am able to grasp the concepts which you are delivering so nicely.
In order to understand the other participants also, okay, and I remember that in the earlier session also, when I joined for a few minutes, you are responding to the speaker, so it gives a very nice interaction among the participants as well as the speaker, okay,
Thank you, sir.
because it works as a catalyst, okay. I feel very excited when in my offline class also, when the students are responding, then I feel motivated as well as as well as excited. And it is happy to know that you are a computer engineer person and then you are a management, okay, because if you are a technocrat, okay,
Yes,
then you can explain the real time problems to the to the students, and if the real time problems are well understood by the students, and then if they are able to get the solutions of the problems, then somewhere we are fulfilling the purpose of this education industry, okay.
wonderful.
Because the car I cannot say the current government, but the only objective of a governance or any government is that how we apply our knowledge to the real time problems or practical problems in order to get the solution, okay. Then only the real purpose of this research, publications, patents, copyright, startups and everything is going to be satisfied. Otherwise everything will remain on the paper, right?
Definitely.
So yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
Sir, off the beat, there was one query which was constantly going on in my mind. If since we
yeah,
are conversing, can I ask that?
yeah, please.
One of the previous speakers was talking about a fintech in terms of API, right? The API packages which are being evolved as of now.
Yeah,
Is there a possibility of linking API packages with AI? For example, in insurance industry, there are too many APIs coming up these days. Can we incorporate?
I have not listened the complete presentation because at that time I just logged in, okay. But API was, he must be talking about some application programming interface, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so those who are developing applications related to the artificial intelligence, okay, if they provided such kind of framework that they can integrate with the third party APIs,
Hmm.
then it could be possible according to my knowledge, okay, according to my experience. Because those who are not allowing the third party APIs, okay, because API is that it is a kind of if you heard about case tools, okay, case
Yes, sir.
tools, okay, so we can classify the APIs under that particular category, okay. It is something like that you have an operating system, okay, and someone is providing you the security solution in the form of an antivirus, okay. It depends on whether you are allowing the third party security solutions with your operating system or not.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
If you are not allowing the third party solutions to integrate with your operating system, okay, then you will go with two cases. One is that you are going to have your own security solution, okay,
Hmm.
because you know that no one is going to buy your operating system without the security feature, correct? Or
Okay.
otherwise what you have to do is that you have to apply, or you have to try to, or you have to allow to integrate the third party solutions with your operating system in order to make it more popular,
Hmm.
right? So these are the various I can say that this is the decisions which has to be taken by the CEOs or the particular persons who are working for that particular software industry, okay.
Hmm.
So it is totally depends on like that what is the revenue model and how they want to see the revenue model. Correct?
Yes, sir. Okay. So thank you for your input. Thank you.
Yeah. And since you have answered this question on spatial relationship, okay, apart from you, okay, Madam Sisodia, okay, right? I want to ask any other participant that where this spatial relationship, that is that is a relationship that is about the moving data and everything, where it is more suitable, in which type of industry it is more suitable, and it is very common to us. We use it daily. If any participant can answer it, we use it daily. It is a part of our life. Spatial relationship. It was not there earlier, but then in last few years, okay, it is on peak. I am giving so many hints.
I think, sir, this Ola and Uber cabs.
मैडम आपने ही आंसर दिया ना दोबारा मैंने बोला आपको नहीं देना है.
Sorry, sir.
I told you that except Mr. Madam Sisodia मैंने बोला था कि let someone answer this question. Okay. So we see that this is another industry which has come on the boom. Okay. They like earlier these particular this like this type of industry was not there, but because of this spatial relationship that how the objects are moving and where the traffic is more, or on which particular station more trains are coming at a particular time, so that there could be more what you can say like passengers. Okay, so and airport traffic and airport number of flights. Okay, so many things has given a new business model, and because of that it has become this particular industry to provide new employments as well as you can see many things. Okay, so this is how the technology kai baar hum log we have a different questions ki like if technology comes then what will happen. Okay, human job crisis, another thing. So we should not understand the technology in that context. Okay, when the technology comes it creates the new opportunities. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear, and we have understood the spatial relationship. Okay, so these companies like Ola, Uber, and these like there are many other names in different cities, or what you can say different states. Okay, so they use the same model in order to understand that what is the perfect way in order to make more profit. Okay, so this is the convolution neural network example. Nothing but it's like more technical, in which we have to do the subsampling of the data, then we apply the convolutions, and then we apply some kind of more technical functions such as Gaussian connections and other thing in order to analyze the data. So we are going to have a differentiation between machine learning and deep learning in order to summarize our discussion we had so far. Okay. First of all, in type of data dependency in machine learning, excellent performance is possible when the data set is small or medium. Okay, so never go for deep learning if your data set is small or medium. When you say, sir, what should be the size of data set? I say that if the data set size is 10,000 around, then you go for machine learning. But in case you are having a data set which is in terms of lakhs, okay, if you are a 1 lakh data set, okay, then definitely you should go for deep learning. Obviously, you understood that for machine learning, we can do simulation on the laptops, but in case of deep learning, we need the GPUs and other thing, because the data size is too large. Okay, so hardware dependencies we can go over a small laptops, okay, or we can go on high-end laptops, okay. But in case of the deep learning, we should use the GPUs. Then feature engineering, we need to understand the features that represent the data, okay. And in case of missing values, we need to go for a deep learning. So that thing is a differentiation. Execution time is few minutes to hours in case of machine learning, but it can take up to weeks in case of a deep learning. And in case of interpretability, some algorithms are easy to interpret. For example, the logistics algorithm, decision tree algorithms, SVM support vector machines. This is such kind of algorithms are easy to understand. And during the deep learning, okay, sometimes it becomes difficult to understand the algorithms, so that becomes challenging also. So most of the time people apply machine learning in their problems. They only go for deep learning in case the problem is too much complex or they want to go for a deep research. So this is a regression algorithm. So in which regression algorithm you can see that the data is possible in a form of a two variables, or even case of a multiple variables. Okay, so we can apply the polynomial regression also, we can apply the support vector regression also. So such kind of different applications are possible. Now this is a simple linear regression example I am going to give you, okay, where we can understand the equation of a line, that is y is equal to mx plus b. Okay, so this simple example I am going to, then you can apply your problem in order to understand the multiple variable regression algorithms or some other type of algorithms also. Suppose we have the weight of a person and the height of person to be plotted. Okay, so how we can do that? Okay, that is possible with the equation y is equal to mx plus b, where we can say that a particular variable can represent a weight and what particular variable represents the height. So generally what happens, we see that when the weight of a particular person increases, the height also increases. Okay, and there is a constant which is a medical generated constant. Okay, so that is applicable. So accordingly we can find out the correlation between the weight and height of a particular person. Okay, this is a multivariate linear regression example in which we have multiple variables, and on the basis of multiple variables we are trying to detect the output, or we are trying to measure the output. So there could be multiple variables. Okay, suppose if you want to find out some kind of behavior of a particular person, so there could be multiple variables. Then if you want to find out that what are the repayment capacity of a particular person, in that case that could be multiple variable problem. Okay, because multiple variable means what, that suppose if the person is having more number of kids. Okay, if a person is married, okay, two kids are there, in that case the repayment the repayment situation of a particular person may vary. If the person is having more number of dependent person, okay, dependent person could be in terms of kids or in terms of parents, then what is the annual salary or a monthly salary of a particular person, that becomes another variable. The third variable could be whether the particular person is of which age group. Okay, that becomes the another particular variable. The another variable could be whether the person is a private employed person or whether the person is a government employed person. That could become another variable. So these are the multiple variables. So this is the multivariate linear regression approach, in we can predict the particular variable based on the different variables. Okay, so this is a multiple variable regression problem. Then other problem is the clustering based approach. Okay, we can find out, okay, where we can form the cluster of a particular similar things. Okay, and on the basis of that we can make some kind of decision. You see, during the festival season, okay, especially related to the marketing related companies, okay, it becomes the situation where they form the cluster. Okay, and in order to that they want to find out that who are the targeted customers for that particular company, right? So what is the meaning of cluster? They want to see that what is the income age, or sorry, the income bracket of a particular person, or what is the age group of a person. Okay, or what are the buying habits of a particular customers. On the basis of that they want to um, they want to announce some schemes. Okay, now let me interrupt again. Okay, I want to know from the participants that what kind of clustering you observe during some kind of festival seasons, or when you go to the shopping malls, or when you go to the marts. So if you are able to answer, then you can understand the clustering approach. Yeah, can anyone answer, please?
Sir, can you please explain the question again? Clustering.
My question is that where you can see the clustering. अभी मैंने I have explained you the like simple regression, simple variable or multiple variable example I have already given to you. Okay, that how the companies can target through the simple variable regression as well as for the multiple variable regression in order to attract the customer. But how clustering can be helpful?
In seasonality perspective, you are asking?
Seasonality or wherever you can say that cluster with the help of clustering approach, the companies can make the models based on artificial intelligence to increase the sales and revenue of their company during a particular season also or during any time also.
Firstly, what they can do is they can identify which product is associated with which kind of seasonality. So they can go for time series analysis in a regression mode. They can also identify which product is a seasonal product and what is going to be the demand scenario in that season. I think these two kind of clustering can be identified.
Yeah, very nice. Very point to point answer you are given. What's your name?
Diksha.
Sishodia.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think you are only attending the PowerPoint presentation. Some participants are also there.
I think
It is
there
1:1 interaction going, not 1:many or many to many.
So there are participants.
But at least they should say some yes, no, or should give some wrong. Even any answer I am expecting.
no, no, actually, sir, we are there, sir, but belonging more for the management, complete management background. I
Okay,
mean, the
okay.
answers come
I
from those
want
who
to, I
belong to the
want to, yeah,
technical
I want,
background.
yeah, I want to give that example that because if you go to Big Bazaar and other thing during the festival seasons, okay, you see that they are selling sugar with oil and then with this one rice packets and like that, and then otherwise they are selling the toothbrush with the what you can say toothpaste and these kind of combos they are making. Okay, yes or no? This is an example of nothing but your clustering. Okay,
Yes, sir.
because they see that even if agar, the customer don't want to sugar, even if the customer don't want sugar, okay, but if you want only oil तो भी उसको कुछ ऐसा offer देते हैं so that he can buy the sugar also, right? So this is how they are spreading the sweet poison and they are running some other industries also. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वी फॉल सिक. अभी घर में अगर शुगर लेके आएंगे तो कुछ उसका मिठाई भी बनाएंगे, फिर मिठाई बनाएंगे तो बीमार हो जाएंगे, फिर डॉक्टर के पास जाएंगे. So this is how all industries are working in together. They are helping each other, right? And the example which you are given in technical language, that is the time series analysis during the seasonality and other thing. So that thing is exactly working for these particular companies in order to understand the customer habits, customer buying habits, okay, and based on that they are applying these kind of techniques, this kind of technologies in their real time situations in order to make their business models more profitable, right? So let's moving to the next slide. Okay, I have to cover some other important parts also. So this AI machine learning, this thing I'm skipping because these things already I have covered. I'm skipping these slides. Okay, I'll cover a little bit of a blockchain because this was a part, and I understand this. You think you already understood in the last session, but let me give you some more insights. Okay, blockchain, we all understand that it is a record of blocks, and why I'm talking about a blockchain in this particular slide. You might be wondering that why blockchain is a part of AI machine learning. See, once we say that what is blockchain, so even I say that blockchain is not a new technology. Okay, blockchain is a technology which we already experienced, but since due to the centralized and the decentralized differentiation, okay, specifically for the like non-technical persons, I would like to explain, okay, that during the traditional banking system where we are having, okay, we are having a centralized system. ओके अभी भी आप लोग अगर आप लोग पेमेंट करते हैं कहीं पर भी पेमेंट गेटवे पे जाके, तो क्या होता है हमारे साथ में प्रॉब्लम ये होती है कि एक तो हमें एक्स्ट्रा पेमेंट देना पड़ता है. आइदर वी यूज द क्रेडिट कार्ड, डेबिट कार्ड, रेजर पे, पेटीएम, एनी अदर कोई भी अगर हम लोग पेमेंट गेटवे यूज करते हैं, पहला चीज तो क्या होता है कि फर्स्ट थिंग इज दैट वी हैव टू पे समथिंग एक्स्ट्रा to the third party. Okay. Second thing, what is more important is there is no guarantee. Okay, guarantee means what? That yes, I agree that 99% what 99.99% transaction is successful. But what about think about a particular point 0.001% where the transaction is not successful? Who was responsible in that case? Responsible, you will get the payment within say 3 4 days. आपको you will get the payment back. But was it real fault? It was not our fault. Yes or no? Do you agree? Yes, participant, do you agree it?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
आपको आपको मैं एक ऐसा एग्जांपल देता हूँ, टिपिकल एग्जांपल देता हूँ, राइट? सपोज यू हैव टू बाय अ ट्रेन टिकट. ओके, if you are रिजर्विंग फॉर अ ट्रेन टिकट और उसमें ट्रेन का वेटिंग लिस्ट वगैरह कंटिन्यूसली बढ़ रहा है, इट इज इंक्रीजिंग. यू हैव अ लिमिटेड फंड इन योर अकाउंट. ओके, आपके पास में सपोज अकाउंट में 10,000 रुपीज है और आपने एक ट्रांजेक्शन किया, आपका ट्रांजेक्शन सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाया और आपका पेमेंट जो था वो क्या हो गया, डिडक्ट हो गया. ठीक है, अब क्या होगा, आपकी बुकिंग तो हुई नहीं, योर बुकिंग इज नॉट कंप्लीटेड बट योर अमाउंट इज डिडक्टेड, वेटिंग लिस्ट कंटिन्यूसली इंक्रीज हो रहा है, आपके पास में पेमेंट है नहीं, यू डोंट हैव एनी एक्स्ट्रा पेमेंट. नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन, यू विल हैव टू वेट फॉर 3 4 days, the amount will reverse back to your account and then only you will be able to make a fresh booking. Now you tell me कि who is at fault, किसकी गलती है उसके अंदर? ट्रेन की, उसके जो अपना जो रेलवे का जो है उसका भी गलती नहीं है, आपका भी गलती नहीं है, तो हु इज एट फॉल्ट?
Technology.
या द पेमेंट गेटवे. ठीक है, पेमेंट गेटवे इज एट फॉल्ट एंड नो वन इज गोइंग टू टेक द रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी दैट कि वो कोई आपको कंपनसेशन नहीं देगा कि नहीं वी विल प्रोवाइड योर रिजर्वेशन या हमें करेंगे ये करेंगे और वी विल पे यू द कंपनसेशन. नो वन विल डू दैट. Okay, now this has happened because of a centralized system. This has happened because of a centralized system, because no one is taking the responsibility, and when the central system which is there is also not taking the responsibility. So here what comes into the picture is a blockchain. Blockchain is nothing but a decentralized system that many blocks are connected in a trusted mechanism. uh, I, I remember in the last slide, the speaker was asking that name at least 3 keywords or 3 words related to blockchain. So the 3 words are in front of you, not 3 words, there are 5 words. That is mining, consensus protocol, hash cryptography, immutable ledger, and distributed peer-to-peer network. These are only 5 terms. There could be many, but these 5 terms are very much important in terms of a blockchain. Mining means what? That who is a particular what is a particular algorithm which connects the authentic blocks together. Consensus protocol means what is the different protocol mechanism through which we can mine the blocks. Okay, that is based on the proof of work. Then whether it is on the proof of what you can say, proof of proof of status, so there are various type of consensus protocol that may exist. Then there could be the hash cryptography, immutable ledger. Immutable ledger means something which is written into the blocks, okay, and it is verified, that cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. It becomes immutable. You cannot change it in future. That becomes the immutability, and this is one of the very important feature of any blockchain concept. Okay, so as you all know, blockchain when started, it started around 2008 with the help of a white paper which is written by Satoshi Nakamoto. Every time we say that this particular author is there, this particular author is there, but actually this is not an author. It is a combination of the organization, basically Samsung, Toshiba, Nokia, and Motorola. These are the various companies which they have tied up together, and then they have put this particular concept in a form of a white paper with the name as Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So in this particular paper, they have tried to explain that the currency exchange or the money exchange can be possible without any centralized system, that could be possible with the help of a decentralized system. So they have given various important things in this particular white paper. That is about, they have explained about the digital signatures, they have explained about peer-to-peer network, They have explained about the consensus mechanism, which is called as proof of work. They have explained about the mining, which is called as public history of transaction. They have explained about the nodes. Okay, lots of things they have explained in this particular paper, and that's the reason it is called the base paper. That's the reason many of people who quote about blockchain or who quote about cryptocurrency, they always refer this particular paper. They put this, but they always put the reference of this particular paper in their research. So this is a immutable ledger concept. This already I have told that immutable ledger means what? That something which is written cannot be altered again. This is not possible with the traditional ledger. We see that in traditional ledger we can modify the records later on, and we can play with the trust of the different people. Okay, so this is the problem with the traditional ledger, and that's the reason blockchain it comes into the picture, where once written into the ledger it cannot be changed. So this is the immutable ledger concept, and this is the history of the blockchain, which has been already told to you. This is how the growth of blockchain has happened since 2008 to 2025. So we can see that in current stage also, okay, blockchain is available with us in a form of cryptocurrencies. Okay, many of us has started working on cryptocurrencies. Even there are many persons having cryptocurrencies in India also. Okay, so that's the reason in the recent budget the government has put the tax on cryptocurrencies. Okay, because the government has realized that many citizens of India are having cryptocurrencies with them, and in order to make that particular cryptocurrency into a white currency, okay, they have imposed a tax of 30% on these particular type of currencies. So this is the origin of blockchain, the Bitcoin and the payment system. Okay, there is a thing which is about Bitcoin, that maximum number of Bitcoins can be mined, that is 21 million in number. So the blockchain was created to enable the Bitcoin. That is, Bitcoin is the first application of a blockchain. We cannot say that Bitcoin is a blockchain, but yes, we can say that Bitcoin is the first application of the blockchain. And this forms some of the part of your digital lending also. So there are 3 levels of blockchain. It exists in the form of digital records, it exists in the form of tokens, and it exists in the form of smart contracts. That Ethereum blockchain. There are many types of blockchain. That is, the Bitcoin is there, then there are many type of blockchain which is there. You can also see that there are many types of popular Bitcoins are available around you. So I'm not going to explain all the type of Bitcoins for the purpose of digital lending, but since it motivates you about making more research on the such kind of things, so you can do your further research into all these things. Then there are other concepts which are also involving about the post-quantum blockchain. So post-quantum blockchain is a classical cryptographic algorithm which are used in the blockchain technology, and quantum attacks are great threats to classic cryptographic algorithms. Include such kind of things. Okay, those people who are from technical backgrounds, I will not say to the management people who are attending this FDP, but yes, if it is a blended participants, there are different participants from the technical side also, so you can concentrate on security, cryptography related to the digital lending systems, or related to the digital records, related to the insurance sector and all sort of things. So you can concentrate on such kind of concepts. You can go towards cryptography, security, all these things can be a major. Okay, I don't think that all people we will be able to understand, but whenever we convert a plain text to the cipher text, which is also called as encrypted text, so we have to apply some kind of encryption algorithm between the plain text and the cipher text, and that is called as an encryption algorithm. So SHA-256 are the most popular encryption algorithm. Encryption and decryption is applied, both the processes are applied. between the plain text and hypertext. This is a digital signature concept, okay, where suppose if Alice is sending the money to the Bob, okay, so how the digital signatures are verified with the help of the various functions. This has been explained in the digital signature concept here. This is the elliptic curve cryptography. ECC is also a public key crypto system where every user has a public and a private key. The public key is used for encryption and signature verification, while the private key is used for decryption and signature generation. And elliptic curve are used as an extension to the other crypto systems, where elliptic curve Diffie-Hellman key exchange and the elliptic curve digital signature algorithm are used for the ECC purpose. Smart contract is one of the important part of the blockchain. Okay, this is a very deep topic. Okay, so smart contract is written for the different type of businesses, different type of use case models. A particular use case model is going to have a different smart contract. That is, a smart contract cannot be same for all the type of use cases. Now, at the same time, when the blockchain is existing, so there are attacks are also happening. Okay, so we have to understand if persons are doing some kind of detailed study on the different type of attacks. Okay, then they can go for a blockchain attacks. These are the various questions and answers you can you can ask to yourself in order to make these things very much clear that what is a blockchain and what is a hyperledger to differentiate. Merkle tree is a type of data structure. Okay, this is one of the important thing. If you more technical persons want to go in the blockchain for study purpose. So these are the parts of the slides. The time is limited, so I'm going to skip this particular part in terms of these are the consensus mechanisms which I was explaining to you, proof of work, proof of stack, all these things. And these are the applications of financial sector. This is the last part of slide presentation I'm going to put up, digital lending, wealth tech, and the insurance technology. So digital lending means what? Digital lending refers to the online disbursal of the loans, where all processes, even loan approval and recovery, take place remotely, typically through the mobile apps. So the shift is a part of a digital transformation pushed by the pandemic. Okay, you can see that before the pandemic, digital things or digital lending was not that much popular, but after pandemic, okay, it has become very much popular. Okay, because the government wanted social distancing and people to follow the COVID guidelines, and that's the reason digital lending has been more popular. Even today, people avoid the normal trading. Okay, they avoid digital transaction only, digital lending only. They don't want to touch any kind of physical notes or physical currency. They want to use the digital lending system. Applications of artificial and digital lending, okay, AI technology, okay, is using a complex algorithms that follow the financial companies to automate and undertake the number of processes. Empowered by the big data, they can undertake sophisticated calculations and give surprisingly accurate results with a minimum error margin. So the more inclusive lending, uh, the more inclusive lending is a win-win situation for all the parties involved in the digital lending. So AI-driven accounting softwares for lenders can analyze receipts and invoices, extracting information like VAT identification numbers from it in the form of a data points. So that means we can say that overall digital lending has given a very powerful weapon to the government also in order to identify the different hidden facts about the financial transaction. At the same time, it has become a good a good way for digital exchange of things, okay, or digital exchange of currencies for the people, okay, who are finding it difficult for actual exchange of the currency. This is the adoption of AI in the lending system. Okay, we can see that there are multiple applications where we can see the role of AI in adopting the lending system. These are the applications of machine learning in digital lending. Machine learning have played a huge role in turning the problem into a win, right from reducing errors in churning loans and giving go-ahead to transactions by using an applicant's digital footprint, with search history or social media hygiene to ascertain with the creditworthiness. So machine learning powered algorithm lending softwares for a monthly fee on a subscription model, they do not need to invest in tools, hardware and data. Suppose if you are having a loans company, then you can use a particular machine learning tool on a subscription model basis. So this how it helps faster loan decision, reduced underwriting cost, enhanced accuracy, and broaden credit points. And digital application of blockchain in digital lending. Similarly, blockchain has good applications in the digital lending. Blockchain lending platforms speed up to loan up the processing times and reducing the growing cost. These real-time contracts validate and record transactions without the use of pricey lawyers and banks, and the decentralized nature of alternative lending lets borrowers access a larger pool of competitive financial offers. These are the blockchain different applications where we can see e-commerce, global payments, remittances, peer-to-peer lending, microfinance, healthcare, voting, intellectual property, equity, private markets. That's okay. That means we can see blockchain applications almost everywhere. In wealth technology, it refers the use of innovative technologies such as artificial intelligence and big data to provide an alternative to traditional wealth management firms with the aim of making wealth management and investment services more efficient and automated. So wealth technology has proven increasingly popular over the past few years as wealth management has adopted to major changes. These are the use cases of the wealth technology in robo-advisory, wealth as a service, embedded wealth, digital portfolio management, digital brokerage, then robo-retirement. These are the various types of use cases possible. Applications of AI in wealth technology. Wealth management industry is data rich and it relies heavily on the data parsing process generally performed by humans. Several banks and wealth management services such as Vanguard, Fidelity, Morgan Stanley, and more are looking to embed artificial intelligence in their work and financial advisory services. AI softwares are used to monitor data to take risk and exposures. It tells the wealth manager that the client's attitude towards risk is how much, and moreover, it saves the time of wealth manager for parsing the data and representing them in the context of relationship within customers, markets, products, and client profiles. So these are the various applications which are possible here. Participants, if you are having any doubt, okay, let me know because we are almost over with the presentation and we are going to wind up it. So I would like to ask any participants to have any question because due to the short of time I was not able to cover all the slides. A few slides still remains. Okay, so these are the applications of in blockchain in insurance technology also. How other countries are making use of these technologies in warfare systems. China, how they have used the drone system. India also making some kind of warfare systems which are drone based. These are the challenges. In adoption and implementation of AI, that is lack of enabling data ecosystems and low intensity of core research and transforming it into market applications And inadequate availability of expertise, manpower, and skilling opportunity is also one of the challenge to AI. Then high resource cost and low awareness for adopting AI in business process, unattractive intellectual property regime, and incentive research and adoption of AI. And if we talk about the current government, that is what are the focus of current government in the artificial intelligence? The government is focusing on healthcare, agriculture, education, smart cities and infrastructure, and smart mobility and transportation. Now, this is one of my research scholars is working a problem which is called as credit risk. So this particular problem I want to discuss for around 5 minutes only. A credit risk is a risk of default on a debt that may arise from a borrower who fails to make required payments. This is a real problem where we are working and we are going to apply the artificial intelligence. So it is a possibility of loss resulting from a borrower's failure to repay a loan or meet contractual obligations. So credit prediction is the way in which we are going to evaluate whether a potential borrower will repay the loan or not. And there is a probability of default parameter, PD parameter, we are going to calculate. So this parameter PD is going to help the bank to make decisions if they can offer the loan to the applicant or not. So the popular machine learning tools that will be possible to use in this credit risk prediction algorithm is the multiple description analysis, logistics regression, ANN, SVM, rough sets. These things already I have discussed. So these things we are going to apply also. So these are the possible research objectives which we identified. That is, we are going to develop a framework for credit risk prediction model, and then predicting this particular using the model using the machine learning model. And then after we will verify and we will validate the machine learning model using the various performance evaluation metrics. And the model that could be developed could be called as a hybrid optimization approach model. Okay. So the features that could be possible with that particular model is good efficiency with a smaller number of iterations, and then in terms of memory, it is going to easily fit into the memory due to the single training example. And it can work for the larger data sets also. It can cover faster. It causes updates to the parameters frequently. So for this particular, you can take the data set from Kaggle also, or if you are having a data set of a particular bank or a particular company, then also you can take that particular financial source. You can take the data set. You can use the Python for developing your model. So this is a Python code which has been shown here. This is how the credit score can be calculated based on the Python code. So this particular histogram which we have generated is through the Python code. This is the differentiate between the paid and not paid records of the customers. This is also taken from the code generated. So I would like to end my presentation, and now I take a call from participants that if you want to ask any specific question which I could not address during the presentation, then you can put a call or you can ask your question. Otherwise, I request the organizer that allow me to end up the presentation or stop the
Hello.
presentation. Yeah.
Sir, Dr. Diksha again.
Yeah, madam. Thank you. Tell me your question.
Sir, firstly, thank you for such a wonderful session, and I totally agree with your sentiments that in a given span of time you had too much to deliver, which unfortunately for us you couldn't share.
Yeah.
Just one query I have. There was this one particular site before you mentioned the research which you are pursuing, the application of AI, wherein India is going ahead with. Almost all the sectors I could identify something apart from education sector. Where are we applying AI in education sector? Would something I would like to have a knowledge about.
AI, I would like to say that in artificial, अगर हम लोग अगर education की बात करें, ठीक है, I will not say that it is only AI because everything is the origin from education sector only. This is ये तो मैं आपका first contradictory मैं करूँगा, ठीक है?
Mm-hmm.
Because in any government, whether it is the Indian government or anything, ठीक है, technology has to first apply in the education sector.
Okay.
You also agree with me? Okay, it is a very, what you can say, very extendable answer. Eh?
Fact, yes, yes, a given fact.
Yeah. So now, like since I am a PhD supervisor also, and I'm guiding so many scholars, okay? So I'll simply say that, like, we are already applying. My 8 scholars are working on machine learning and other thing.
Yeah, you were just giving a brief on what the research is going ahead with the lending scenario.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And
was
tell me.
the student's perspective, as in wherein we can, enable uh, their skill set or their knowledge level with the usage of AI.
See,
Not
there are different.
the
See, this.
perspective.
See, there are. See, actually, there are different contexts. Okay, in which this particular answer could be, sorry, question could be answered. Okay.
Mhm.
First of all, if we talk about education, suppose there are undergraduate students. Okay, they want to go for a postgraduate or they want to go for a higher studies. Okay, there we can apply a AI model. Okay, which can help the Indian education system or Indian universities to understand that what is the way in which we can boost up the intellectual power. Okay, our students is a intellectual power. Okay, so they can better understand that what is the need for this particular every student is not suitable for everything or for each and everything. Okay, with that type of model, if that type of model is really beneficial. Okay, so you can typically agree with me, okay, that the national education policy which the government is talking about, okay, which was there in 2020, okay, announced, okay, but if that is AI enabled, okay, where the government or where the education institution or where the stakeholders from the higher education institution can exactly understand the mindset of the students, okay,
Mm.
then they can get the better output compared to the current one.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
ये तो मेरा एक बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट है, ठीक है, बिकॉज आई एम द मेंबर ऑफ वेरियस काउंसिल्स ऑल्सो, तो ये तो मैं बात हमेशा रखता ही हूँ, ठीक है, कि इफ दिस इज पॉसिबल, मतलब क्योंकि क्या होता है, बहुत सारे ब्यूरोक्रेट्स हैं एंड दे हैव देयर ओन ओपिनियंस अबाउट एवरीथिंग, बट आई से दैट व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टेक्नोलॉजी, देन व्हाई शुड नॉट वी अप्लाई टेक्नोलॉजी को, क्या होता है कि हर एक चीज की शुरुआत अगर अपने घर से हो तो ज्यादा अच्छी बात है.
बिल्कुल, I definitely agree to this. So, अगर
Yeah.
is there a certain kind of model or research going on just for the जो example आपने quote किया that undergrads going for postgrads. Uh, is there any kind of research or model development process going on at national level?
बाय द वर्च्यू ऑफ दिस डिस्कशन हमने एक नई रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम को डिस्कस कर लिया है, अभी मेरे पास भी तो इसका कुछ ज्यादा नहीं है, ठीक है,
Okay.
बट इट कैन बिकम another fantastic research problem, और अगर ये हाईलाइट होती है then probably if you can apply for a funding also you will get a large amount of funding.
Okay,
थोड़ा
sir.
सा उसको सर्च भी करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है,
हाँ.
because so many things come out after discussion only after, जैसे if people with like mind or people with the like interest sit together by any other platform, okay, then there come out something. Okay, and this is a very common problem. अगर इसको common problem को थोड़ा सा तरीके से अगर address किया जाएगा, I think so that it can address the largest issue which is of unemployability also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then कंपनीज को भी अगर जो प्लेसमेंट के लिए आती है उनको भी अगर कहीं ना कहीं कन्विंस किया जाए कि देखो हमने स्टूडेंट्स को एआई मॉडल के हिसाब से ट्रेन किया है, ठीक है, तो वो शायद ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स को इंटरेस्ट देंगी और उनको ज्यादा लगेगा कि नहीं यहाँ का स्टूडेंट ज्यादा अच्छा है, इनको हायर करना चाहिए.
Yeah, on the same lines, एक वो skill gap का हमेशा
Yes,
analysis
yes, 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 yes,
can be backed up by AI. That this
yes,
was the step we identified and we tried to,
yes,
have.
yes,
That could be one application area.
exactly. We are going on the same line, और ये एक बड़ा मेरे ख्याल से it could be a एक बड़े लेवल पे डिस्कशन चीजें हो सकती हैं. You are working as a professor or what?
Yes, sir. I am working as an associate professor with
Hmm.
Narayana Business School. So,
Okay.
yeah, but so it's been like 14 years of experience in teaching only.
Management school it is.
Yes, yes, management school.
Okay, okay. You can share you can take my email address and mobile number, and if any participant including you would like to collaborate, or if you want to have similar kind of discussion through the way of FDPs and other things, then we can have it.
Definitely, sir. I would definitely like to get in touch with you.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for the wonderful session also. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Your session was really wonderful. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, madam. It was a long session. I was not confident that whether I will speak for more than 2 hours, but it was a load testing for me also to speak for more than 2 hours.
No, but it was really informative, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. So end of the session.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Avinash. You have covered so big topic in this 2 hours, and we all know it is not sufficient that this much of content covered within 2 hours. So, but you have
सर
beautifully
एक्चुअली
covered. Yes,
डॉक्टर नवीन जी, आपने मुझे काफी शॉर्ट टाइम में बताया तो मैंने आपको एग्री किया था.
right.
आई हैव गिवन इन अ कैप्सूल फॉर्म, तो कैप्सूल क्या होता है, धीरे धीरे असर करेगा, मुझे लगता है कि
Right. No,
राइट.
sir. In future, we will be in touch
Yeah, I keep on
because you
giving.
have delivered.
Yeah, I keep on giving
Yes,
talks in lots of Atal FDPs and other thing. Okay. So
right.
generally, I take at least 3 sessions, because the things are very much vast also, and definitely participants when they stop, then they have their own queries also. ठीक है. तो
Right.
कई बार क्या होता है कि अगर हम एग्जांपल से एक्सप्लेन करते हैं तो पार्टिसिपेंट को थोड़ा और अच्छे समझ में आता है, राइट.
Right. बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही.
या.
No, you have covered this like management and computer science. Both student have covered, both participants have covered, and interest जो था वो आपका बना रहा दोनों participants के बीच में. Means it is not totally in technical view or it is
Yeah.
not totally in management. So it is the combination of management and
So
computer. So that's perfectly fine. Yes.
according to it was a balanced talk.
Yes. It was a balanced talk. So
Then it then it means that I have satisfied the purpose of this FDP.
yes. You have the participants are responding. It means they are encouraging your talk. So that's that main thing is participants. Participants अगर happy हैं तो that's all
ये
fine.
तो
And
आपकी ऑनलाइन
our purpose,
ये तो
yes,
आपकी ऑनलाइन FDP थी. अदरवाइज मैं ऑफलाइन FDP जब करता हूँ तो मैं क्लास में
right.
भी, जब तक मेरे 60 स्टूडेंट कुछ नहीं बोलते तब तक मैं क्लास से बाहर नहीं जाता हूँ.
Okay. Let's see.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir. So thank you, participants. It's time for lunch, and we will meet after lunch again at 3:15.
थैंक यू सर.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.